So I started in the HVAC trade when I was 20 years old, 21 years old maybe. 2003, so it was just a few years after high school. One day, I was kind of bumming around. I hadn't really done much serious job-wise. I traveled around as a snowboard instructor and loved doing that, but I was living at home, and one day my parents sat me down and said, "Chris, you need to get a job." I said, "No, I don't really think I do. I don't have any bills." They explained that, of course, I would have bills. If I didn't get a job, meaning I'd be kicked out and have to move out. And so I got it. And back then, I looked in the newspaper. That's how you did it back then. And I found a job for an HVAC technician. I had no idea what that meant. I had no experience in anything, let alone HVAC. And so I thought, okay, it says all I need is a truck and driving record, and I had both of those things. So I went and I did the interview, and I remember sitting at the interview thinking of a really polite way to say no thank you. Like I just didn't think I wanted to do this. But at the end of the day, I just said yes, I'll take it, I'll do the job, and the rest is history. It was a perfect match. I loved it. I did some like a week of training, watching videos. I actually found it very interesting. The second week I went out in the field, I drove around with another technician and ran service calls, and I just loved it. I love driving around to new places. I love learning how to fix things. I love meeting new people probably more than anything else. It just it just blew my mind. I loved it. I knew that's what I wanted to do. But being who I was, didn't last long really working for somebody else. I did it for a few years, and ultimately I decided I'm going to do my own thing and I'm going to do it a different way. I just didn't like the way I saw other businesses operating. I also remember as a kid watching my parents go through a remodel, and I think everyone's probably had a bad experience with a contractor. Well, as a kid, I watched my parents go through it, so I technically had one too, and I just didn't understand why people couldn't do great work for a fair price and just treat people the way they should be treated. And so I set out to run my company that way. And when I started Command Comfort, that was the plan. That was the goal. It took me a while to find a team of like-minded people to do that, but once I found them, I knew it, and we had something going, and that's what we do. And I love doing it. Hopefully I'll get a chance to meet you, and appreciate you listening to the story. Thank you.